Twitch. Maybe your friend Uri Berlin is your friend, I imagine, no? Maybe he can see us. Let's see if we have the feedback. By the way, we are talking in English. This is going to be in English. Okay. So yes, let's see if someone can see us. Let me put it on the English category then. Okay. So we are going to interview Isa Parvati Yoga. Let's see, interview. I put it on English. You can ask questions if a lot of people come. A ver, let's see. A second only. English. No, I think yes. Okay. Can someone tell us if we are live now, please? Yes, maybe you. Now. Yes. So, wait, my voice is not happening. I have to put it. Hello, a ver, let's see. Hello. I don't know. Maybe your friend can help us. Can you hear us? Oh.
I think. I have my friend's phone here, so he can't help us. It's my friend's phone.
Or
so
maybe,
I can only tell about the picture. I can't tell about the sound.
Yes, you can check if the two voices are sounding.
Okay, right now there's quite a lot of issues with the picture, I think. Because the screen is black at the moment.
No, because I have to put it here now. Only I cannot check the sound. You can hear the two.
The sound.
You can hear the two voices. My voice is sounding.
Yeah, I can hear both of us.
Okay, so let's do it. Okay. So we introduce Isa Parvati Yoga. I met her on Twitch, no? Maybe for the people who don't know you, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Isa Parvati, and I'm a yoga teacher. I've been practicing yoga for 13 years and been teaching yoga since for 3 years or something. And yeah, I met you. I think when did we actually meet? We meet in at I Pin Tai Chi, or where did we meet on Twitch?
Yes.
I forgot.
Well, I forgot too. I have bad memory, but that is good actually, because that means we are function in the present moment. No, but answering to your question, maybe we were on that Tai Chi channel. Remember?
Yeah.
Maybe yes.
I think so.
And yes, I'm interested also in spirituality. No, so yoga and Tai Chi I did both. No, so maybe I can ask you. Yes, I don't remember the channel of Tai Chi, but that woman who do Tai Chi, no? I wanted to interview her too because I'm interested in these topics. Okay, so why you choose yoga, for example, instead of Tai Chi?
That's a good question. I think yoga was just the first thing I heard of. I got to know yoga when I was 17, and ever since then I've just been doing yoga. I've never tried Tai Chi actually. Have you? Have you tried Tai Chi?
Yes, I was doing Tai Chi here like 6 in the morning. I had to wake up so early. That was bad for it. That's bad for your health if you wake up too early. Well, it's a joke, but like I had a professor, a Chinese professor, no, but it's not that easy as it seems. You know what I mean? Because she was all, how to say, fluid, no? Like she knows all the moves, I think by memory, no? And it's a bit difficult if you try to replicate exactly what she do, you know. And we were learning copying her, you know. But for me, I started to Qigong. Do you know Qigong? Qigong is
Ah, Qigong.
Qigong. So for me, it's better when you reach the place where you can do your own moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think you can do that. No, I was saying your stream. For example, when you do yoga, you try to do the actual positions from the structure. You know the teachings, or you do your own postures. No, your postures.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I just do whatever feels good. I just do whatever feels right in the moment.
Yes, because I was studying all this. Well, I have to say this. I don't hear you very loud, but I get to. I don't know why this is loud, but anyway, I understand. Now I
Okay.
forgot the track. Let me see if I can put it louder. Only a second. Mm, I think no. It's already to the maximum. Well,
Yeah, I
anyway.
don't really have a good
Ah,
microphone.
now it's better. I think. Hello.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello.
seems arbiter. So, what I was saying, yes, because for example, in spirituality, sometimes there is this rigidity. You know what I'm trying to say? Rigid, no, like trying to do something very rigid, yes. And for me, what I'm learning, no, is we want to feel good. Yes, I think people want to feel good, and if you go, for example, to a yoga teacher, I think it's not your case, but some teachers are very rigid, and you have to do all the positives, and you become crazy, like, oh, I don't do this very well, no. And that's what happened to me. I actually quit the Tai Chi because it was very difficult, no. And
Mm.
also after we had to do also with sword, sword movement, and for her was easy because she was born in China and all her life was doing that. But from a people like me, Western culture, it was difficult, no. So I
Yeah.
think you do better in my feeling, if you want to teach people the simple movements and people can feel good. I think
Mm.
that's better, to try to study all the movements.
Yeah. In yoga, it's all about just feeling good. Basically, it doesn't matter if you look exactly the same as I do, or if you look the same as on Instagram or something. The main thing is that you feel good. That it feels good. And if in a forward fold you go like this, then that's fine. If you go like this, then it's fine as well. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is that it feels good. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters
Yes.
what it feels like.
Yes, I think because you are younger, no, but the professors I had were older. I mean, I think they were more like in the old energy, like you have to follow the tradition, And for me, I knew in intuition, I had the intuition that that was not it, like if the practice get in the way, you know what I'm trying to say, like
Mm.
finally the practice you feel bad, you feel bad with that. So, well, that's it's okay, but I think I prefer a yoga like you do, no. For
Mm.
example, I have to say the truth. When you were doing yoga, I was actually moving here as a viewer. That's
Mhm.
something not a lot of people can get from me, that I actually move. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's good for
Yeah.
you, because it means people can see you and, oh, I'm going to do it. It's like an invitation. But when it's very rigid, very complicated, people
Mm.
don't start to move.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. Can you explain to me the difference between Qigong and Tai Chi?
Yes.
What's the difference? I've never really understood.
Well, the Qigong is where all it started, The Tai Chi is a variation from Qigong, It started from there, it's like the source. And, well, I'm not an expert, no, but the Qigong I studied, for example, you have Qigongs where you are sitting, You are sitting and you do moves, and Tai Chi is more fluid, but how to say this. Mm, Qigong is more like introvert, the all the postures is more working with the chi, that's the qigong, and the tai
Mhm.
chi I think is more like fighting, is the tai chi, it comes from, you know to combat, it's more like a martial art, no. And
Oh.
yes, the tai chi is more like fighting, in that way, no. But
Mm.
Qigong is more like a meditation, is
Oh,
more,
okay.
yes, the moves are destined to you develop the chi, the energy, so it's different, I think both are equal, maybe the tai chi is better for moving the energy, but Qigong is better for developing more energy, that's
Mm. Mm.
that's my view
Yeah.
on it. Yes,
Oh,
only,
interesting.
yes, it's interesting, only I had the same problem in my school of Qigong. For me they were really rigid, it was a paradox, like they were teaching to be fluid, yes, but every student were complaining about the same, that for me it was too rigid too, for example, I remember times where you have to sit for hours doing the same posture, posture, and sometimes we cannot stand it. So
Yeah.
yes, maybe if you are an expert doing Qigong, you can do that for hours, but not for a
Yeah.
beginner, so, well, it's not that I'm complaining, but having ideas for teachers like like to not make it so complicated for people, because I know a lot of people go away because
Mm.
it's like going into the gym and trying to put all the weight in the
Mm.
first session, you cannot do it, so yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's always a process. It has to build up. You can't just expect a complete beginner to do the most advanced poses. Yeah, definitely. And I
Yes.
think many people on I mean, Twitch is, after all, a gaming platform, so obviously you can't do super pro yoga. It has to be a little bit relaxed, so people can, like, people who have nothing to do with yoga whatsoever can join in.
Yes, that's why I had the idea. Like maybe you want to do it on Facebook, also for other type of people. But well, we are on Twitch, and yes, on Twitch there is all type of content. There is people who do yoga and tai chi, but
Mm.
do we are like rare here. We are a little the weirdos. I don't know. Like usually the people are more into gaming, and I want to say this: yoga can be very good for the gamers too, because a gamer is always sitting. Yes, you know that
Mm. Yeah,
is
definitely.
always sitting, and we never move, so to say. We never move. So I think yes, you really can follow Isa Parvati on her channel. Not because she pay me, it's because I really feel it, it's really good content. And well, I don't know. Do you think a lot of gamers come to you, or it was more people who were into yoga before?
I think it's mostly people who are already into fitness or yoga in some way. I'm not really sure. There are a few people who yeah, I think most people are part of the fitness and yoga community, because there is quite a big fitness and yoga community on Twitch. There are a lot of fitness and yoga streamers and Tai Chi and whatever, and lifting and I don't know what.
Yes,
So there's lots of people from there coming over to my streams, yeah.
yes,
But obviously, many people who are on Twitch, even if they are interested in fitness, they are still gamers. And as you said rightly, yoga is actually the perfect sport for gamers, because I used to hate sports so much because there was always so much pressure to perform, pressure to be perfect, and I was never perfect in sports. I hated it. And in yoga, actually, you don't have to be perfect at all. It's super chilled out. Basically, you just lie around. Sometimes you do a little bit of movement, but it's a lot of feeling into your body, relaxing, just keeping your eyes closed. So yoga is actually the perfect sports for gamers. It relaxes your head, it relaxes your mind, it relaxes your eyes, releases your shoulders, your spine. It's the perfect thing for gamers actually.
Yes, I think that's very interesting because I have to say the violent video games. Do you know there is this trend of the violent video games? You know what I'm saying? Like you are always in
Yeah,
tension. You have to kill someone or something.
yeah,
In the video game, and so maybe people don't realize how much
yeah,
stress you can create because they think, oh, I'm going to play a game to relax, but I see a lot of people who create the opposite. They create more tension. Yes, they piss
yeah,
off with the game. Oh, what is happening? So I think it's very important to do a practice to
yeah.
relax. So yes.
Yeah. When I'm game when I'm playing a stressful game, I notice like my shoulders go like this.
Hmm.
I hold my breath. I go like, "Wah!"
Hmm.
And then it's really important to release the stress again and really calm down and get breathing again. And in yoga, we say there's this triangle between your body, your mind, your thoughts, and your breath. So it's all connected. If you are stressed, your body tightens, your breath stops,
Hmm.
and your mind is completely full of stress. So if you want to relieve stress, you can do it on either level. You can either take a deep breath and relax, and then your body will relax, your mind will relax, or you can like consciously relax your body, and then your breath has more space to flow again as well. Or you
Yeah.
can deliberately think of something beautiful and then release the stress like this. So in yoga, we work with this triangle between breath, body, and mind.
Yes, very interesting. Yes, I don't know if people know. I think you can know. Do you know this? The mind doesn't know the difference if you are playing a video game or is real. You know what I'm saying? So you have the same reaction, yes. So if someone is trying to kill you in the video game, is this is really true. You have the reaction. Your muscles get tense. Like if it's happening. So I say all this because it's very practical for gamers to go to her channel and relax. I do. I relax only when I started to relax. I realized how tense I was. Because when you are accumulating tension, you don't realize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Hmm.
That's another part of yoga. Mostly do it in the beginning that you deliberately tense the whole body so you feel what it feels like to be tense, and then deliberately relax to make you kind of to make the difference between tension and relaxation more obvious to your mind. So when you are tensed up, you can notice and say, "Oh, okay, I'm really tense right now," and then deliberately relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yes. For example, something very interesting about movement. Yes. I think we as a culture we were teaching to be still. You know what I'm saying? Like a good child, you have to keep quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you were raised in a different way. I don't know, but I was raised like that. Like you had to be a good boy, and never
Mm.
move. Never do something. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to start to move. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you can say something about that. Like if people have some obstacle, like oh, I'm moving, what people is going to think about me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's actually the same. It's actually the same with the breath. Most people like in the course like we all come into the world as babies with a perfect breathing pattern. We breathe like if you look at the baby breathing, the whole baby is moving when it's breathing. The whole baby body is like going out and together. It's crazy. The whole body is moving, and this is actually the natural breath when we are born. And in the course of our lives, through stuff they tell us as a child, I don't know if your parents tell you don't be so annoying, don't be so loud,
Hmm.
be more inconspicuous, be more quiet,
Hmm.
don't move so much, then we tend to hold our breath and also
Yes.
not breathe anymore. And
Hmm.
there are many different ways to fuck up your breath. In the course of our lives, many people fuck up their breaths completely. And then obviously if the breath doesn't flow anymore, the whole body goes into a stress reaction all the time. And that's why so many people are so stressed and so under so much pressure all the time. This is also something I've tried to deconstruct in my yoga sessions. This fucked up breathing patterns that people have accumulated over their lives.
Yes, someone is asking what we are talking about. We are talking about yoga and breathing, You can ask her questions. She's a yoga teacher. You can follow her in her channel. I didn't put the link, but maybe after I put the link, but it's a Parvati yoga. So what we were talking about, well, about breathing. This is true. For example, the other day I was in my bed, no, when you go to sleep, and I realized that, no, like now that I live alone, no, I have to say my truth. A way of control, is that like you stop the breathing, because if not, your body want to move. So if we were, shouting by your mother or something like stop, how you are going to stop breathing, and yes, that can lead to health problem. And yes, I think it's very important to realize if you are breathing or not.
Yeah, totally, totally. And there are many different ways to fuck up your breath. You can either, yeah, I used to want to be so inconspicuous because me too as a child, my parents always told me, don't be so loud, don't be so noisy, blah, blah. So I tried to be so inconspicuous that I completely stopped breathing at all. So I basically had no breath whatsoever. Other people will remember, oh, I have to breathe into my belly. So they only breathe in the belly and then completely sag in their shoulders, which is also bad. Or they remember, yeah, there's something with the belly moving in and out by breathing in and out. So they do the reverse breathing. They develop this completely reverse breath where they pull the belly in when they breathe in, and when they push the belly out when they breathe out, like completely reversed. And then they are constantly confused in life because their whole breathing pattern is completely upside down. Like there are so many different ways to confuse your breath and to kind
Yes.
of deconstruct them. Yeah,
Yes,
really bad.
I remember once my mother said to me, "Oh, I'm not breathing." She realized one, she stopped breathing too, because of course,
Yeah.
for doing that to your child, you had to do the same, you had to stop breathing. And it's true, we were teaching that to stop the natural flow of breathing. And ironically, when we start to breathe again, we can seem a little strange. I remember once I was breathing in one place and someone told me, "Oh, why you are breathing like that?" Oh, so because it seems like you are crazy or something, no? But to me, that's actually natural, But if they are hearing the breathing,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you doing, no? So I don't know. Yes, it's it's crazy. I don't know. For example, if you know Tiles One, maybe you know her. Tiles One, or not Tiles One. It doesn't matter. She's a teacher, of spirituality, and she was telling about this. No, like for example, you can do an exercise on the river, and it's true. You realize the body itself start to move. When you do breathing, the body want to move, but then you feel the resistance, the resistance to move, no? And yes, then the thoughts come like, oh, I'm going to seem a crazy guy, if I start to
Yeah.
move. It's true, no? Socially that happens. So it's ironical, we have to have yoga classes to move and to breathe, that maybe
Yeah.
that was natural, but now we need specific classes to remember again.
And it's so ridiculous that people uh, think that you're a weirdo because you're breathing. Because I mean, we all have to breathe. It's the same for life. It's ridiculous. People say, "Oh, what kind of weirdo are you? Why are you breathing?"
Yeah.
What kind of weirdo are you?
Yes, it's like, hey, you are existing. What are you doing existing? So
Yeah.
it's like that. And yes, it's funny, but as someone says, it's funny, not funny. Funny, not funny. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Totally.
Yes. So yes, I don't know. You want to say something like you have some topic or question? before I ask
I,
something.
I was just wondering, have you tried yoga outside of Twitch, or have you tried with other teachers on Twitch as well, or have you ever tried a live yoga class?
Can you repeat? If I try to repeat, please. I don't understood.
Yeah, I was just asking, have you tried yoga outside of Twitch, or have you
Ah,
tried different teachers on Twitch as well, or have you only tried my yoga classes?
I had a teacher outside of Twitch, and to be really honest, I left. I reached a moment. I mean, I don't want to criticize, but my truth, I felt it become very mechanical. That's why I said all I said because my teacher, like it was for me. I how to say this, it created sometimes the opposite effect, what I said, like, but I was not in many yoga teachers, and I remember at a time, I'm going to say my truth, I hated yoga, like I don't want to do yoga anymore, but then I was talking with people and they say no, because you had one teacher, you are not going to demonize yoga in general, no. That's why when I come to your channel, it was for me like a reconciliation, like, okay, give it a chance to yoga, and to be totally honest with you, not to compare people, but I think I like it better your style because I felt it more fluid, I didn't
Hmm.
feel like an obligation, you know what I'm saying, like, because sometimes the teachers is like, no, you have to do this, and they come to you and
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
correction, they correct you, no, this is not like this, and I didn't like it that, like, oh, let my body express, and so I don't know, that's my feeling, no. I think when I was seeing your streams, I feel it better,
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, and something I'm learning now from Basar. I don't know if you know Basar. He's an extraterrestrial. I'm going to say it doesn't matter. I'm crazy already, no problem. So he says, like this, like we wanted to do on Facebook and Twitch. No, finally we make it simple, only on Twitch. He says
Mm.
to simplify. Like keep it simple,
Yeah.
no, and that's why I like it from your yoga, because maybe all the postures. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But as I was seeing you doing basic stuff,
Mm.
I was there. Maybe if it was too complicated, I was not there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, it depends. Sometimes I used to do really easy going yoga, and then I had people complain, oh, it's too easy going, give me something hardcore. So
Yes.
I try to bring variation in my streams. Some streams I'm just tired, and then I just do really basic chilled out yoga, and other streams I'm full of energy, and then I just do a bit more energetic, a bit more power yoga. But I always try to give variations as well. I always try to say, if this doesn't work for you, then just try that. Or if this is too difficult, then try that. If you don't want to do this, then you can do that. So I try to give alternatives as well, because I hate when you have to do this, when you are forced to do things which you can't do. It's so frustrating. And that's the opposite of yoga. That's not yoga.
Yes. For example, out from curiosity, I saw on your Facebook you were like winning a trophy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
talking about.
Yeah.
What was about, if I can ask? What?
That was last year, quite a big thing. It was an award from Europe's biggest women's magazine. They elected me and four other women as the Women of the Year, kind of, because I founded a charity to the benefit of terminally ill children. I founded a charity called Stiftung Valentina, yeah, to support um, seriously and terminally ill children and their families.
So
And
you
for that, I got rewarded.
You were the woman of the year
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
in Berlin or where?
in Germany, in Germany.
So people, she was or she's the woman of the year. So watch out, watch out. No, yes, no, it's good actually. For example, it felt good to you when you received that trophy.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. I mean, the best thing about the trophy was that my charity got loads of public relations, like the reach we had, because they also printed big posters with my face, and they hung it all over Germany. Like my face was on every bus stop and every train station. They had my face hanging there, kind of advertisement style. And like this, I generated a lot of awareness for my charity. So we got lots of money to support the children, and that was great. So this really pushed us up, and I got into several TV shows as well. And then if you're on national TV, people see you and they think, oh wow, her cause is really good, and they donate to my charity. That was great. So that and for the charity, it was amazing. So yes, it was great to get this award. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I wanted. The feeling, the emotion. Now you are happy. That's it. Like because for example, I want to say this. Do you know in a lot of spiritual communities, you have to be humble. You have to be unknown. You have no ego. And all that. Then you never cannot be have a recognition. Because that's bad for the ego. You know what I'm trying to say? But for me, that's not natural either, because
Mm.
it feels good to be recognized. Yes,
Yeah,
it feels good.
totally.
Yes,
And obviously, I wasn't happy because I thought, oh yeah, I'm so cool, I'm in the limelight now. I was more happy to get this recognition for the charity I was doing. I mean, it wasn't for me, it was for the charity. So that's the main thing about it. I was happy. And yeah, I'm also struggling with this keeping your emotions even. I don't know. I'm really happy and I can be really happy, I can be really sad, and I think both is part of life, and that's fine. I
yes,
don't think you have to be on,
yes,
and I don't even think I can be on a neutral level all the time. I
yeah,
don't think it works for me.
yes. That's very interesting because, well, this is yoga too, no? I don't know exactly yoga teaches that, but we can make it all together. How to say this? For example, the emotions. That's a very important topic. When we have the emotion, maybe we can have a very strong emotion. Like being sad, as you said. And do you know about denial? Denial. Like
Hmm. You know,
some
yeah,
communities, as you said, like no, you cannot feel that. You have to be
mm,
holy. The sign of namaste. The namaste. But maybe you are feeling bad. No, then I think it's really important. That's something I'm discovering. No, if you feel
yeah,
bad, you feel bad. You cannot say no, no, I don't feel bad. No, you feel bad. And in a way own it.
yeah,
So
yeah. And that's also part of yoga, just recognizing your feelings and acknowledging them and just letting them out. Like for example, when I go on yoga teacher training, I go to an ashram and I just stay amongst yogi people for like 10 days or something. And seriously, like if you're surrounded by yoga people and everybody's like, oh yeah, just be open, just let your feelings flow. uh, Everybody just starts to cry at some point, and that's perfectly fine. You can just start crying in the middle of yoga session, nobody cares. Then you just keep crying, let it all out, and in the end you're feeling good again. And it's perfectly fine. There's no problem with that whatsoever.
yes,
If there are emotions, just let them out. Why not? I mean, if it's like I don't know, if you try to compress them, try to keep them down, it's like in a cooking pot. If you
yes,
have boiling water and you try to, or if you're cooking pasta and you try to keep the lid shut, at
yes.
some point it will explode because you can't keep it shut. It doesn't work.
Yes, for example, before the interview, I was in the Chinese restaurant. No, I was eating something, and I noticed that in a family, the father was trying to compress the daughter. Like no, no,
Mm.
and now I know about this. Then I saw that, I didn't want to interfere, but I only look at the father. I couldn't avoid it. Like I had to look at him. Like no, don't do that. Then I think he understood. No, and all this in the how to say, because all is communication. About this. Like we are now communicating. No, not only
Yeah.
in the words, but in everything. And
Yeah.
I think we human beings can feel each other. That, no, you can feel each other. So I think sometimes the parents want also to control how you feel, no, like.
Yeah.
And for example, men or boys, we couldn't never cry. That you cannot cry. Boys don't cry.
Mm.
The Cure, a song of the Cure. Boys don't cry. And it's true, after you become an adult and you keep with the same, you never cry.
Yeah.
And like your grandmother dies, you cannot cry. For example,
Yeah.
my father died recently, well, recently, yes, a month ago, no problem. And I remember my uncle was calling to me, and I noticed he was not allowing himself to cry, even if his own brother, sorry, was dying. So that's how they teach us, like you cannot never express something. Yes.
Even in Spain. First of all, I'm really sorry about your father. I'm really sorry.
Thanks.
But I thought in Spain that people. I'm sorry, it's maybe a prejudice, but I thought in Spain people express more emotions. People are more emotional, and
Well, no, no, don't worry, no problem. Well, that's the idea, no? Like we are hot, no? Hot culture, and but not always, and not in every family. You know what I mean? How to say this? Maybe in Spain, from what I see, I'm going to say my truth. Yes, maybe we like drama, it's true. Some people do very drama, but at the same time, I think it happens the same. Like, you cannot express real emotions, you know what I'm trying to say? For doing a drama, yes, but if you are suffering, for example, or you are having a strong emotion, for example, that's how I was learned, no, in my family. You have to hide, you have to make, for example, as if you are strong, you know what I'm saying, like, oh no, I'm strong and I'm okay, no. So I don't know about every family in Spain, but no, I think it's not really as you think, I think Spain have this problem, in general, of, you know what I'm trying to say, no? If people were allowed to express themselves more, I'm going to say my truth. A lot of problems will be solved. You know what I'm trying to say. For example, a crime. Sometimes someone do something, and that's the accumulation of emotion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yes. And today I was thinking about this because I had the neighbors who were fighting, when you listen the neighbors fighting, and then I realized, like, okay, this is because they don't express, and then, as you said, it explodes, in a certain moment it
Yeah.
explodes. So no, I think you had an idea about Spain, but that's more the stereotype, it's a
Yeah.
stereotype,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Totally.
yes, like we are
Yeah.
bullfighters, we like flamenco. That's the stereotype, like, that's yes. It's not really like that. I don't know, because for example, my two families were like that. For example, my uncle. I'm going to say my truth. My uncle says to me, like, she never kiss the woman. You know what I mean? Like, no, no, I
Mm.
don't kiss them. Like, well, I cannot say everything, but you can imagine. That's how I was raised, and also my other uncle, even worse. Maybe I will tell you. So today I said to my mother, like, oh, you are saying something to me about my uncle. Okay, tell my uncle. you know what he was saying, so because I'm going to interview a lawyer, the next people is going to be a lawyer, and I was documenting myself seeing a TV series from the 80s, and then I understood better. I saw a TV series from the 80s, and that's how I was raised, and no, I think that's not how really Spain is. Spain is not really expressing, when Spanish people express is when they are really, how to say, out of control, so to say, I don't know. Yes, for example, that's what I was living, and maybe some people were more open, I don't know, but I don't think so, because I know a lot of people, and I think we, the new generation, no, and also the people that come now,
Mm.
maybe they are starting to changing the game, no, but
Yeah, let's hope so.
yes, for example, like you, I know you are how to say, you are like you saw the Matrix movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So for example, we are like that. I'm going to say it doesn't matter. Be brave. Like we are here to change the game, you know that.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yes, you know that, I know. So that's why we have to be different, and also lose the fear of the criticisms, criticisms.
yeah, yeah.
So you ever was criticized ever?
Yeah, obviously, of course, all
Yeah,
the time.
all the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, many people don't take yoga seriously and say, "Yeah, this is just idiotic. This is stupid. Why are you doing this?"
Yes.
Same with Twitch. People say, "But why are you on Twitch? Why are you doing this?" And I say, "Well, it's fun. It's nice. Actually, I meet
Yes.
really, really amazing people here. I make really lovely connections. I really
Yes.
enjoy it."
For example, I interview another teacher, no, and she told me do the live on Facebook. That's why I said to you. But at the same time, I was reconsidering, like, for example, I met you here on Twitch, so maybe it's not really about the platform. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
yes, maybe we can do it on Facebook, but what is going to change, like the same people can criticize you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think it's not about the platform, but how to take the critics,
yeah, yeah. And I mean, yeah, I mean, if the problem is like if people mean something to me, if I like them, if I respect them, then obviously I take their criticism seriously. If I don't care about people, if some random person on Twitch criticized me, I would just laugh and say, okay, who are you? I mean, why are you criticizing me? But
yes.
then even if I take the criticism, like it's really important to just stay true to yourself and stay with yourself and not take everything too personally too soon. Just take it as the opinion of somebody else. Think about it, and then either you can draw consequences or you can just say, okay, that's your opinion. I have a different opinion. That's good.
Yes, you see, this is like this. Some people enter, no, they don't know you, they see your face, no, and maybe they
Yeah,
see your movements, like, oh, this girl is about this, they form an idea, but
yeah,
maybe if you realize a lot of them, they don't take take the time to really know you, that.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yes,
of
like,
course.
if they are so interested in your content, why you don't meet her, for example, now
Mm.
that's what I'm doing, no, I'm meeting her more in depth, so that's something I think, with the, as you said, the prejudice, no, like, oh, Spanish people
Yeah.
are like that. No, but well, if you meet a Spanish guy like me, maybe you can understand, no, how is the culture. And for example,
Mm.
talking about Spain, now we have the toque de queda. I told you, you remember
Mm.
toque de queda. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
at night we cannot go out. So you in
Mm.
Berlin, you don't have that.
Yeah, we will have it soon. they are now debating to do a complete lockdown, locking everything down, no shops open, nothing, and same talk at IKEA as well, not being allowed to leave the house after 10 p.m. and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna happen within
Yeah.
the next few days.
And about the holidays, about the Santa Claus, how you say that, the Christmas, about the Christmas, how they
Yeah.
do it, because I think here there is very limited amount of people, like I don't know if 6 people together, I don't remember exactly, but like
Mm.
you cannot have a big Christmas party,
Oh no. No, I mean, like here there's lockdown. Like we have lockdown light right now, which is basically that you aren't allowed to meet more than one person outdoors, and you have to keep your distance. But still, all the shops are open, and they're gonna close down all the shops and everything. Restaurants have been closed, I don't know, for more than a month. And on Christmas, you are allowed to get together with, I think, 10 people. But everything will be locked down and you mustn't be outdoors after 10 p.m. So it will be, I don't know, you can just stay indoors with your family if you like, and that's it. And after Christmas, it's going to be a really horrible lockdown January where everybody's going to be alone and all the shops are closed, all the restaurants are closed, everything is shut down, and people will just be really lonely.
Yes, I want.
So, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I want to say this. This is very important. Do you know in Christmas the suicide rates go higher
Yeah.
because that
Right. Yeah.
happens if you cannot be with your family, etc.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is going to happen this year, no. But my advice to everybody listening is to connect with people, with
Yeah.
people you can connect, and don't stay disconnected, even if we have the internet. Yes, I think it's really important to connect with someone and
Yeah.
don't feel alone, and don't suicide, of course, like, because this
Please, everyone, don't suicide.
don't suicide, like, yes, because well, this happens, no, this happens, this
Yeah.
happens. For example, is when you get older, there is this pressure of getting married, about this, no, maybe,
Mm.
like, oh, you have 20 years, 30 years old, whatever, when you marry, this from the families, so with the Christmas is the same pressure. You have to be with your family, and maybe you cannot be with your family, people go into depression,
Yeah.
so I want to say this is a social construct, and it
Mm.
doesn't need to be exactly like that, like, for example, why you cannot be in Hawaii on Christmas, for example, what I mean, like, eating a coconut, so we are, I think, sometimes teach it like things have to be a certain
Yeah.
way, you know.
Yeah. But they don't. You can create the life you like. No one like your life doesn't have to be like anything. That's again the beautiful thing with yoga, because yoga teaches you exactly this. You don't have to be like anybody. You just have to be yourself, and just you can create whatever you like. You can create your life in the way you like. You can celebrate Christmas on the beach or wherever, or with your family, without your family. It doesn't matter as long as you're happy.
Yes, so she knows she's a creator. Yes, she's a creator. Well,
Yeah.
we are all creators, only we were teaching like, no, we are not creators, like we have to obey everybody, and we never create something, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, it's 7 p.m., but maybe, I don't know, you have to go. I can make the last question, I don't know.
Yeah.
You were in Berlin. I know I'm a DJ. It's true, I'm a DJ. You can see my programs here, and well, I'm used to techno. I told you, but I want to ask the question here. You ever went to Treasure Berlin?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love this one. It's
Oh,
amazing.
really? Wow. Yes, because I'm connected with all that. Jeff Mills from Detroit, he was producing with Treasure, no, at Fisk when all this techno started. And I know Paco, Paco, maybe Paco. I don't know. All DJs from Treasure. Well, I know people from there, and I never been to Treasure. So now it's closed, I imagine, no?
Yeah, it's closed. All the clubs are closed, yeah. It's a shame.
Yes,
Yeah.
and what is happening? I have curiosity, like people are doing illegal raves or not, or they are
No.
no.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are little groups of people doing illegal little somethings, but illegal rape is not happening at all because the punishment is way too severe, I think.
Hmm.
I know of some people who know people who are in like who own clubs, and I know that there are little parties, but it's more like I don't know, maybe then 10, 20 people illegally meeting up, but nothing like the illegal raves that used to happen. I mean, in Berlin in summer, you always had illegal raves all the time. I've been to loads of illegal raves. I love them. It's amazing.
Yes,
But
because
then that used to be like 200 to 500 people, which is impossible at the moment. Absolutely impossible.
yes,
Oh,
because for
oh,
example, you have an idea about Spain, I have an idea about Berlin. I have this idea like everybody is partying illegally, like maybe they are doing. But I had the feeling like no, because I follow on the internet, no, and I knew some clubs were opening, but only for maybe a DJ can go to a club now, but it's closed, no people around,
yeah,
just because you can record a set, maybe do a live set, but nobody is dancing, no?
yeah.
So here is the same, I want to say, well, a drama, this is a drama, like, even if they do an event, it's very rare, but people cannot dance. The other day I
Yeah,
was in this event, I told you nobody could dance. You cannot come close to the other table,
no,
and the other table cannot come close to you. Like, hey,
yeah,
I can talk to the DJ. They say 2 minutes. Hey, I know him. No, only 2 minutes. Only I say hi and then go to Facebook after. So I come home very soon. Like, this is not
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
So I want to
yeah.
say, I remember one person told me like the internet was like a fantasy, like, oh, your internet world. I remember before this, but now I can say without the internet what we can do, like, I don't know, for example, as far as yoga is concerned, you can do yoga classes live in physical life.
No,
No.
it's prohibited. It's forbidden. No. I can't do anything except on the internet now. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm a coach now, so
Yeah, so I want to say all the freaks from the internet that we were criticized for being a freak of internet. Now the universe said you were right. We were right in
yeah,
that idea. So I don't
yeah.
know. You have to go or not, because I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I have to leave. Yes.
Okay, we could ask her.
But
Tell, no, no, like we can ask her a million more questions, but maybe we can do another programs. I don't know if she wants.
yeah, thank you.
Maybe we can do a yoga class together. I don't know, another time or whatever.
Sure,
Or
why
I
not?
don't
Why not?
know. We can do something. I
Yeah.
like your energy. I want to say. So that's very
Thank you.
important. When you connect with people, because you know about this. No, like energy is very important. No, and if you
Mm.
are comfortable with the other streamer is very important. So keep you were to
Thank
say
you.
something.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for the interview, and it was really lovely talking to you. And thank you for your interest in yoga and in yeah for the lovely talk. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. So we had a little problem at the beginning, but now she had to do something. So keep in touch. We will have her maybe if she wants. And I don't know. My last word is we don't have to say the world. We don't have to say the world. We only have to save ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we
Yeah,
create,
that's
yes, yes, like we save ourselves, we create our stuff, and maybe that inspire another people.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you so much for these beautiful last words.
So
And then
Namaste, namaste.
Now,
Namaste.
we
See,
stay in touch.
see
See
you.
you soon.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so